degree. Any guess? Okay, so this is again reading from chapter 1, Canto 8, Prayers of Queen Quinty and Parikshit Maharaj saved. We are discussing about verse number 52, the last verse of this particular chapter. Okay, so I was telling that one cannot get masters. What is the degree which someone can get? Any guesses of Srimad Bhagavatam? Not MSB. Any guesses anyone can say?
Servant Purush.
Yes, SSB is possible. Okay. Now, in that same verse, it says Shravana Matrena. So the injunction, our mind and heart should be at the lotus feet of Krishna. What happens by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam? One of the most wonderful things happen. Krishna comes and sits in our hearts. Okay. So, from the last verse discussed by Varaha Das, he was talking about Yudhishthira Maharaj is explaining the futility of atonement, right? There are many atonements mentioned in the Vedas. But Yudhishthira Maharaj is taking responsibility for the killing. So many people, he was also explaining how atonement is not going to work. He feels that is, Yudhishthira Maharaj has already killed so many people, relatives, animals, everything. Again, doing some sacrifice, it's not going to help. Okay. Again, we'll see two more verses. Okay, in connection with in this Srila Prabhupada writes in the purport. The beginning only he says Ashwamedha Yagna or Gomedha Yagna sacrifices in which horse and bull is sacrificed are not, of course, the proper for the purpose of killing the animals. So, in this verse, Ashwamedha Sahasrani, okay, it's more like a mathematical equation. I'll tell you what it means more than getting into the verse, reading of the verse. 1,000 Ashwamedha Yagnas. And there used to be another one, Vajapaya Yagna, that was actually done for the sacrifice, rather one of the sacrifices for peace in the society, right? So we know that 100 Ashwamedha Yagna, you become Indra, right? Prithu Maharaj had done 99 and Indra tried everything to stop Prithu Maharaj. So here is the mathematical situation. If someone performs 1,000 Ashwamedha Yagnas and 100 Vajapaya Yagna, it is less than 1/16th of the power you are going to get by reading Srimad Bhagavatam or hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay? He says, in that it says, Kalam Narhati Shodashim, Shoda, 1/16th of the power you get by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. So that another verse which I was telling, Sloka Kardama Sloka Padam Va Paten Bhagavata Chaya. That is, there also, again, it's another mathematical question. If you read even half a shloka, quarter of a shloka, it is equal to Rajasya Yagna or Ashwamedha Yagna. Huh? Can you believe this, Matajis and Prabhujis? If you read quarter of a shloka, that is equal to one Rajasya or Ashwamedha Yagna. Okay? So imagine, all of you imagine how fortunate we are to read and discuss Srimad Bhagavatam every day after the Japa session. Right? So now in this verse, Yudhishthira Maharaj is saying, I have to do Ashwamedha Yagna or Gomedha Yagna. Even then it is futile. Right? So we will see what is there. I was telling there was some very interesting topic. Three most top things in this particular canto. How Parikshit Maharaj was saved from Brahmastra, Kunti Maharani's prayers, unalloyed devotion for Krishna. Okay, if you see in her prayers, there was one central theme. It was all about the birth and his activities of Krishna. So all the prayers centered on this one thing. She is also expressing her devotion to Krishna. Okay, and of course, that is one of the reasons Krishna decided to delay his visit to Dwaraka. It was, of course, even even Yudhishthira Maharaj requested him, right? Do not go to Dwarka immediately. He stayed back. Okay, that's the love and affection he has got for this Pandavas. Now, and one more topic. So first one was how Parikshit Maharaj was saved. Second was Kunti Maharani's prayer. Third was Yudhishthira Maharaj's lamenting. He's taking responsibility, right? Here you must notice it was actually Krishna's order, right? We have to fight this Dharma Yodha. Still Yudhishthira Maharaj is lamenting. That is the nature of a pure devotee, right? As soon as there is little fault, they are able to see it. Like Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur used to say in a song, Amar Jivan Sada Paparate. That means their consciousness is so clear that they are able to see and wanting to correct it, right? Just like if you want to clean a room and you have white tiles, assuming, and there are some hair there, you are able to immediately spot it. Imagine if there's dark tiles, you will not be able to see it, right? Similarly, pure devotee's consciousness is very clean, very clear. As soon as there is a fault, and if any fault, they will be able to see it. That is what happening to Yudhishthira Maharaj. Though Krishna has ordered, he is taking responsibility. Right? Every living entity has this nature, Anandamaya Abhyasa, right? Seeking happiness or pleasure, always. So in this world, Srimad Bhagavatam does not hide anything. What is black is black. So material world is dark and black, it directly says that. And devotional service is very bright and white, right? So if you see, if you see nowadays, there are a lot of authors. They write, what is it? 5 S's for success, 5 P's, how you can get pleasure in the world. Okay. Don't you think all these people are cheating? Huh? Do you think we can get happiness or pleasure or success in this material world? No, right? So in Srimad Bhagavatam, there is a mention of so many big people, big things who are successful, like Prachinabari, Chitraketu. Most successful was our dear Hiranyakashipu. Materially, we are talking here. We're discussing. He had conquered 3 worlds, yet he was completely unhappy. Right? He was always concentrating on his son. Why? What is he doing? Whom is he praying? And things like that. And always trying to see how you can destroy his own son. So we cannot equate these two things, success and happiness. Okay. So Srimad Bhagavatam clearly speaks. People in Kali Yuga write so many books and they claim that you can become very successful and happy. I had, thank you. I had remembered, there was one person who wrote 7 habits of highly effective people. Okay. Steps to success and things like that. He, of course, got a lot of name and fame because he copied quite a lot of Bhagavad Gita, right? So he was very cruel. He never gave credit to Krishna, okay, and our parampara. So after this big hit, then he released one more, 8th habit to become happy and successful. So if he was genuinely uh, a good person wanting to share, he could have included the 8th habit also in that. No, because he wanted that to be successful and people wait to read his 8th habit, right? Just for money. All these lies they tell, right? This is the Kali Yuga for us. So, whereas now I explained about Kali Yuga, but if you see spiritual world, it is governed by only 3 things: Sat, Chit, and Ananda. So everything is governed by this. There are no things in the spiritual. There are no things in the sense that you cannot. Everything is a living. No table. That is also. It's a person, right? Tree. Everything is a person. It's a living being. So all of them have the above qualities, Sat, Chit, and Ananda, right? Now, you all know from the Bhagavad Gita that there is a perverted reflection, right? Krishna has created this perverted reflection of the spiritual world, like carbon copy. Now, if you go and you all go to a Xerox shop, such beautiful machines have been invented. You put a copy, you will get such an, like copy which is, you will doubt, what is this? Is this the original or is this the original? Now, imagine if if we can create this kind of things, why not Krishna? Huh? But whatever he created is inversely proportional. Material world is inversely proportional to the spiritual world. There is such chit ananda in material world, and the same three things is here. It is asach, asat, aschit, achit, and nirananda. Right? So everyone has this quality: asat, achit, and nirananda. Because of that, one cannot gain happiness in this material world. We all know it is dukkhalayam, ashashvatam. That is what BG, Srimad Bhagavan openly speaks. Then what do? We want happiness. We want success in our life. So our acharyas have very beautifully explained. If you want to be happy, stop searching for it. Sometimes when we try to find the solutions for misery, we realize that the solutions are a bigger problem than our original misery. So our acharyas have given a proper philosophical idea of suffering. And what is our root cause of suffering? The root cause is avidya. Srila Rupa Goswami in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu writes beautifully, avidya, because of avidya one commits sin. Knowingly or unknowingly we commit sin. So many sins in our daily life. So Kunti Maharani prays that she says that because of avidya we have kama desires, and because of kama desires we have sins. But Srila Prabhupada gives a wonderful definition of sin in Ishopanishad. Sin is deliberate disobedience to the will of the Lord or the proprietorship of the Lord. I'll say this again, Matajis and Prabhujis. Please hear carefully. Srila Prabhupada says sin is a deliberate disobedience to the will of the Lord or proprietorship of the Lord, right? So, of course, Srila Rupa Goswami goes in detail about the flow chart of how this happens. Avidya, then there is Kutam, there is Bijam, how, how Kutam gets converted into Bijam, and then one sin is generated, then it becomes Prarabdha. Okay, all those details are there. Maybe in some other day we can discuss just a few more points. Then we get reactions. But more dangerous is the kutam, right? I was trying to say that is the sinful tendency, right? It will keep coming again and again to commit the sin. Okay, that's the way the cycle of sin is. That's the way the cycle goes, right? We keep suffering in this material world. Okay, so Shastras has given couple of options to the atonement to our sin, but karma kanda, jnana kanda, and bhakti. Okay, so just to escape, so so these are the three options how we can reduce your the sins, right? So Parikshit Maharaj always used to say there are ways all the people can be saved. Sukadeva Goswami has explained this in the 5th canto, explaining all the hellish planet, right? So, like I said, these are not a part of, maybe we can take it on a separate basis. But even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when discussing with Kazi, there was one philosophical discussion, right? When they had the first non-violence movement, when he went with a group of people, sat down, Kazi wanted to have a philosophical discussion. So Kazi asked Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, your Shastras have killing of animals. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu quoted this verse, 5 things are forbidden: Ashwamedha Yagna, cow sacrifice, Karma Sannyasa, getting children through brother's wife, offering oblations, meat as to the Pitras. They are not allowed in the Kali Yuga. The purity is not there. The Yugas, these kind of atonements are not allowed. Okay. So, so recently we heard that the last Sunday we heard from Achintya Chaitanya Das how Ajamila was the best example. He chanted Lord's name without any faith. Rather, he just called his son. Okay. But what happened was that by telling the Lord's name, that is Ante Narayana Smriti, he could get saved, right? There was a discussion between Yamaraj associates and Vishnu Dutas. They said no. He's told the you know Narayana's name. So we have to. He's our customer. We are going to take him. So there is always hope for those who chant the holy name, right? If we think we are deficient in some areas, we must take shelter of the holy name. Okay. And one other important point he told, by taking the shelter of the holy name, everything will be all right. Last but not the least, when in problem, take the shelter of the holy name. So continuous chanting is the only way out. And if you see, there are some 10 offenses, 10 or 11 offenses. And the only solution is to take the association of powerful Vaishnavas for everything. So the essence of all the scriptures, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, chant Hare Krishna and do not criticize devotees. Okay. What is the solution? Appreciate devotees, glorify devotees. Even the author of Chaitanya Bhagavat says, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has revealed the essence of all the atonement. What is it? Chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And never criticize devotees. Okay. So that is what is the few points which I could gather from this particular verse. And sorry again for the beginning. Maya was testing us how not to, by switching it on. But then we should not bother about all this. Just make a prayer. I just was chanting Hare Krishna and Guru Maharaj, I prayed, I have to give a class on an Ekadashi. Please allow me. And immediately the laptops came up. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, पतित पावन गुरुदेव की जय, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे.
Hari Hari Bol. Thank you, Prabhu, for your nice class. So, in spite of the difficulties, physical, mental, and you have given this class. Nice. So, some points to be discussed.
Yes, Prabhu.
Like in the translation, it is mentioned, as it is not possible to filter muddy water through mud.
Yes, or purify.
Yeah, just like yesterday, we replaced our RO, reverse osmosis water purifier. So when you were sharing this, I was just remembering this fact. Yeah, we have borewell water and it has, the water is also muddy because I keep seeing the muddy stores at the bottom of the tank.
Yes.
So how do we relate with this today's words is, yeah, the water can be purified by installing reverse osmosis. But at the same time, the dirty contaminated in the heart cannot be purified just by drinking RO water. Simply by taking shelter of the holy name of the Lord, the heart can be purified. So in this way, in these words, there are so many things. So normally people try to troubleshoot material problems with material solutions. So that is maybe there are some experts guides and experts counselors and mentors. There are so many personality development organizations all over the world. So they charge some millions of dollars and they also give solutions. And for their information, the solutions are only temporary and it will not stay for longer because there is no Krishna consciousness in it. So we should learn the fact that as per this translation, we should never try to handle material problems with material solutions. Always material problems, spiritual solutions, that is Krishna consciousness. This way we can counteract, and this is by the mercy of the Lord and not by our own endeavor. People try to, they resolve the issues by their own mind, but mind is the most culprit one and it is defective unless otherwise it is engaged in Krishna consciousness. Okay, so anyway, we will keep it open for the participants to speak something about on these words, then we will go for the announcements. And I heartfully congratulate all the participants that we have done 8 chapters in first canto by today by Vrajanath Prabhu. Tomorrow we will start with a new chapter. This new chapter title is also very wonderful. That is the passing away of Bhishma Deva in the presence of Lord Krishna. This is very important. So there are 49 verses in this chapter. It's as big as the 8th chapter only. So tomorrow we will start 1.9.1. So request all of you to kindly, take part. Over to all of you to come on the video and give your thinking what about this process. If you want to add something, you are also most welcome. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you very much for adding those two very important lines. All material problems have spiritual solutions only. Do not try to resolve problems on your own through your mind. Very, very important. Keeps Krishna in the center. Yes, Prabhu. Next verse also has got almost 49 verses. Yes, next chapter. Hare Krishna. It's already 6:53. So anyone has got any discussions, any point to be added to in today's verse, you can come in and do that. First 1-2 minutes, then we'll go for announcements. So you all understood?
Yudhishthir Maharaj, he was
Yes.
very much worried about so many killings.
Uh,
And you have also nicely said, today also I was hearing Radhesham Prabhu's lecture in the morning. So when we walk on the road, when we drink water, when we light the fire, and when we do so many other physical activities, there is a chance that the microbes and other small organisms, the living entities, will be killed. That's why we should do the Harinam Sankirtan and chanting the holy name of the Lord. So the sinful reactions, will not
unknowingly
interact
also.
with us.
Yes.
So
So the
this,
unknowing sinful reactions also are taken care of.
yes.
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you.
Otherwise, we have our own package.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else?
Yes,
Vedamata,
Prabhu. Anybody else? Any others?
Radha Sugopika, Shan
Any
Bhagwati, Savita.
any additions? Okay. Okay. Thank you very much then. If there is no doubts or no additions, let's go to the announcements. Any special announcements for the day?
Sarabhakti Radharani Devidya, she is not feeling well for the last 1 week. Cough
Oh,
and shoulder
okay.
pain is shooting. So requesting all
Oh,
your prayers so that she can overcome of these pains and continue the service. Thank you.
sure, Prabhu. Sure. Just by night, even I developed a lot of cold and cough. Both of us, I don't know whether Radha gave it to me, but both of us seem to have that. So I seek blessings of all the, asking all the Vaishnavas to pray so that I get back to normal. A lot of services, yatra services, and our circle services are there. So I should be able to take part in everything. I humbly request everyone to pray for me. Both of us, rather.
Sure, Prabhu.
ಹರೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಪ್ರಭು.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Sarita, ಹೇಳಿ ಮಾತಾಜಿ.
ಅದು ನಮ್ಮ ಮಗಳಿಗೆ ಮೈಸೂರು ಎಷ್ಟು ಬರ್ದಿರೋದು
ಮಗಳಿಗೆ ಮೈ ಸರಿ ಇಲ್ವಾ?
ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕೋಲ್ಡ್ ಆಗಿದೆ.
ಓಕೆ, ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಅದೇ ಆಗಿದೆ ಮಾತಾಜಿ. Surely will include her in the prayers, ಮಾತಾಜಿ.
ಎಷ್ಟು ಬರೀಬೇಕು?
Okay. Yes, and Bhupalaka Prabhu is also requesting prayers for Hemakiran and Sudhamai Mataji. Surely, Prabhu, we'll include them in the prayers. ಹೇಳಿ ನೀಲಮ್ಮ ಮಾತಾಜಿ.
ಹರೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಪ್ರಭು, ನಮ್ ಪ್ರಭುಗ ಅಲ್ನೋಕ ಜ್ವರ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟೈತೆ, ಶುಗರ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗೈತೆ. ಪ್ರೇಯರ್ ಮಾಡಿ.
ನೀವು ಹಲ್ಲೋಗಿ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಮಾತ್ರೆ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ?
ತಗೊಂಡವ್ರೆ ಪ್ರಭುಜಿ, ರೂಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನಲ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಬಿಟ್ಟವ್ರೆ. ಗುರುವಾರ ಬರ್ರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳವ್ರಂತೆ.
ಸರಿಯಾಗ್ಬಿಡೋದು ಮಾತಾಜಿ. ಶ್ಯೂರ್, ಬಟ್ ಪ್ರೇಯರ್ ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಪ್ರೇಯರ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೆಸರು ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡ್.
ಪ್ರಭುಜಿ
ಹೇಳಿ ನಿರ್ಮಲಾ ಮಾತಾಜಿ.
ಹರೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಪ್ರಭುಜಿ, ನಮ್ ಸೊಸೆದು ಇವತ್ತು ಹುಟ್ಟಿದಬ್ಬ ಪ್ರಭುಜಿ, ಪ್ರೇಯರ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಪ್ರಭುಜಿ.
ಓಕೆ, ಖಂಡಿತ ಮಾತಾಜಿ. Very nice. Mother-in-law is asking for prayers for daughter-in-law. Very, very nice. Very auspicious.
ಹರೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಪ್ರಭು
ಹೇಳಿ ಮಾತಾಜಿ.
ಸಮಾರಾಧನೆ
ಯಾವತ್ತು?
ವೈಕುಂಠ ಸಮಾರಾಧನೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಪ್ರೇಯರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡ್ರಿ ಪ್ರಭುಜಿ. ಹರೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣ.
ಶ್ಯೂರ್ ಮಾತಾಜಿ. ಅವರು ಯಾರೋ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದವರು. ಶ್ಯೂರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ವಿಲ್ ಕ್ವೈಟ್ ಅ ಫ್ಯೂ ನೇಮ್ಸ್ ಟುಡೇ.
ಹರೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಪ್ರಭು.
ಹೇಳಿ ಮಾತಾಜಿ. ಉಷಾ ಮಾತಾಜಿ.
ಪ್ರಭು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿತ್ತು ಪ್ರಭು. ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಯಾಂಟು ಓದಿದ್ರೆ ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಯಜ್ಞ ಮಾಡಿದ ಫಲ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೋ? ಫುಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾಂಟ ಓದ್ಬೇಕು ಪ್ರಭು?
ಒಂದು ವರ್ಷಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ, ಒಂದ್ ವರ್ಷ ಅರ್ಧ ವರ್ಷ ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದ್ರೆ ಕ್ವಾರ್ಟರ್ ವರ್ಷ ಓದಿದ್ರು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ಪವರ್ ಇದೆಯಂತೆ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ 1000 ಅಶ್ವಮೇಧ ಯಜ್ಞಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ವಾಜಪೇಯಿ ಯಜ್ಞ ಮಾಡದಷ್ಟು ಫಲ ಸಿಗತ್ತೆ. ಅದು ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು 1/16 ಅಂದ್ರೆ 1/16 ಪ್ರೂಫ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಇವ್ರಿಗೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು. ಸೊ ಲುಕ್ ಅಟ್ ಹೌ ಬ್ಯೂಟಿಫುಲ್ ಇಸ್ ಟು ಹಿಯರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ರೀಡ್ ಶ್ರೀಮದ್ ಭಾಗವತಂ.
ಆಮೇಲೆ ಪ್ರಭು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಪ್ರಭು. ಈಗ ಪ್ರಭು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಭೌತಿಕ ಪ್ರಪಂಚದಲ್ಲಿ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್, ಅದು ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಭು ನಮ್ಗೆ.
ಇಲ್ಲ ಮಾತಾಜಿ, ಭೌತಿಕ ಪ್ರಪಂಚದಲ್ಲಿ
ಆಸ್ಕಿಂಗ್
ತೊಂದರೆಗಳಿರತ್ತೆ.
ನಿಮಗೆ ಭೌತಿಕವಾಗಿ ಯಾವುದನ್ನು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಮಾತಾಜಿ. ಅದು ಭೌತಿಕ ಏನಂತಾರೆ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ, ಭೌತಿಕ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ಸ್ ಏನಂತಾರೆ?
ಆಸೆಗಳು
ಪರಿಹಾರ ಭೌತಿಕ ಪರಿಹಾರ ದ್ವಾರ ಅದು ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಈ ಕೇಸ್ ಅದೇನನ್ನು ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ಗೆ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದ್ರನ್ನು ಅದನ್ನು ಬರೀ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮಾತ್ರ ಟೆಂಪರರಿ. Anybody who knows better than me can explain this.
ಸೊ ಏನಿದ್ರು ನಾವು ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಕಾನ್ಶಿಯಸ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೇಯರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವೈಷ್ಣವನ್ನ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅವ್ರ ಹತ್ರ ಬೆಗ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಪ್ರೇಯರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಸಕ್ ಹೇಳಿ ಅಂತದ್ದೇ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್. ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೇನೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಪರಿಹಾರ ಬೇರೆ ಏನೋ ಸಿಗೋದು. ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದ್ರೆ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಟೆಂಪ್ರವರಿ ಸಿಗತ್ತೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಆ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ತಿರ್ಗಾ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರತ್ತೆ ಮಾತಾಜಿ. ಆ ತರ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದವರು ಪ್ರಭುಗಳು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು.
ಸರಿ ಪ್ರಭು, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಪ್ರಭು. ಹರೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣ.
ಹರೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಪ್ರಭು.
ಹಾ
ಪ್ರಭು, I have exams.
Oh, Tejas Krishna, you have read everything nicely?
Yes, Prabhu.
Then you will do very well. We will also pray, okay? Very nice. Very nice. So, ತುಂಬಾ ಜನ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Please keep everybody, Nilama Mataji's name, Nirmala Mataji. There are others also who requested today. Keep everybody in your prayers when you are doing your DT worship, so that Lord listens to our prayers. Okay, let's leave it to Lord. What He has to do, He will do it. Let's all chant loudly Hare Krishna Mahamantra and Gauranga 3 times. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Gauranga. Kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananta koti vaishnav ki jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Patit Pavan Gurudev ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Hari Hare Krishna. Have a nice Krishna conscious day. Ellarigu ಇವತ್ತು ಏಕಾದಶಿ. ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ರೌಂಡ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಓದಿ, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಕೇಳಿ. ಇವತ್ತು ಯಾರು ಟೈಮ್ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಡಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಎಷ್ಟೇ ಆಫೀಸಲ್ಲೋ ಎಲ್ಲಾದ್ರೂ ಟೈಮ್ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದ್ರೆ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ರೌಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಇವತ್ತು. ಇಲ್ಲ ಸಾಯಂಕಾಲ ಬಂದಾದ್ಮೇಲೂ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ರೌಂಡ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಹರೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣ. ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ ಏಕಾದಶಿ ಟು ಎವ್ರಿ ಒನ್.
ಹರೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಪ್ರಭು. ಕಲಾ ಮಂಗಳ.
Pranam to all Vaishnavas.